Good morning. First day back to do the electrics on the upstairs temporary accommodation. We did all the plumbing last time, so shower, hot water cylinder, toilet, sink and all that kind of stuff. That's all in and working perfectly. I had a shower this morning, really good, quite happy. Cleaned the toilet up now, everything looks good. Yes, I can do my washing up. So today we're going to isolate this electrically from the rest of the house, so we can remove the fuse board downstairs and all the wires will be safe in the house, won't be under tension. I have my assistant today, very helpful. What have you got there? Oh my goodness. Anyway. So let's explain what we've got. We've got two sets of wires going down to the fuse board that come up, two cables, sorry. This one here is a 5-core cable, so there's 4 cores and 1 earth. Currently 2 are being used in this junction box there for the hot water cylinder, and 2 spare, but they're in that junction box as well. Then we've got 4 core here, so that's 3 and an earth coming up there. So basically we're just going to treat that as just live and neutral and earth. That's going to hopefully come around here, and the things we've got to feed in here, maybe the fridge, that might move, but where I do the computer stuff, the TV, the heater and the light. So all of that stuff will have to be connected on the one cable. The fridge doesn't take much power, neither does the TV or the computer. The only thing that takes any power is the heater, which we'll go through later on. So that's fine with one cable. In here we need to, the hot water cylinder is working fine, so we need to make a connection in there to feed this shelf unit here, which I'm going to tidy in a second, and that's going to have the microwave and coffee machine. It also needs to feed the oven, which is quite it's quite a high power draw on the oven, and of course the light as well. So that's where we're at now. First thing to do then is roll out this cable and see where it will actually reach, and then see where we go from there. Right, so I have just roughly laid this cable out to see how long it is, really. It goes all the way over here to there, which is great. So the plan is we'll have a double socket down here, which is going to be for the heater and anything else that we want there, maybe the fridge, I don't know. The cable is then going to come up here, and there's be a branch for the lights, and onto this beam, run across this beam here, a double socket there, over the top of the wardrobe, down there, and then probably a single or a double, probably single down there for the TV and stuff, satellite dish. So that's that really. It's quite simple in here. What I'll do is I'll get the cable tacked up, and then we can go and turn the power off, because I need to isolate the power to go and get all the sockets and light switches from around the house. So this has to be done in one day, otherwise we're not going to have any lights, heat or hot water. Fabulous. Easiest way. That's it. Just out of interest, I was just drilling this hole so the cable could go through, and good job I did turn the power off, because like they do sometimes, there's a cable inside the door frame which runs up to this light switch here. They actually put cables in the backs of door frames. It's crazy, but it's true. So just be aware of that if you're ever doing that the cables are right next to the frame. Okay, let's go find some sockets and light switches. Okay, this is interesting. I thought I might just quickly show you. This socket is actually wired into the lighting circuit, which is not unusual in France. But you've got different colours, brown, red and purple, and obviously the blue for neutral. Very strange. Usually the red is permanent live, and then the purple will be the switched live to your light. Sometimes you get orange as well, and that's for a three-way light switch. Two-way light switch. Okay, so these are some of the ones just rescued from downstairs. You've got a single socket, double socket, 2 light switches. So for this room, we need 1 light switch and 1 socket for the oven, which will go here, I think, through this. And then we need the double socket over here for the microwave and the coffee machine. So let's mount these, get these on the wall, and then run the cable in to there, and then connecting the cable down there. Just while I'm doing that, you can watch me connecting the electrics to the hot water cylinder I did last time I was here, and then come back to me and I will probably have done this bit here. But I'm going to have to do the electrics now so that this will warm up in time for me to have a shower this afternoon. So in this hot water cylinder there's a heating element just there, and you apply a mains voltage to it. It's just an immersion heater and it heats up the cylinder. This is an over temperature and over pressure regulator. So if it goes above 3 bar or 90 degrees, water comes out into this, which is a trap, out of the trap into the waste, which we haven't put in yet. So I've got this runs down to the fuse board. So we've got the cable coming in from the fuse board. I've used the grey and the black for the heater. The blue and the brown are just in there for later on if I need to use those. I think I will, but not for today. So I've used Wago connectors, and then a bit of this wire, same wire. Comes in here. Like I say, the blue and brown are not used. So I've got the grey and black to the element, and then obviously an earth connection, and then a plastic cover goes over the top, and then we'll go down to the fuse board and see what we're doing down there. Anyway, this is all going to come out in this video, but I need to do this to get hot water this afternoon. Right, okay, I think this is faulty, because no matter what I do, I always get power out of the bottom, and it makes a buzzing noise when it's on, so I'm assuming it's broken. That's fine. So manually I've just connected our grey and black into this switch here. I'll put a timer on my phone, leave it on for 3 hours, and then come back and see. So if I turn this switch on, we should expect that to speed up. So let's have a quick look. Ah, yes. So we'll go upstairs, test we've got power to it, and then in 3 hours, or 4 o'clock, I might be able to have a shower. Right, let's do a quick test. Yeah, we've got power, which means I will have hot water. Yes. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Just a little thing there to get it working. We'll go downstairs and do it properly in a second. So I've got a light switch and socket, and this cable goes back to that junction box where you just saw me wire that in. So we need to now have a wire from here, or cable to over there for a double socket over there. Then we need a cable from here to the light. Now I've got some smaller cable for the light stuff, so that's no problem. But I don't have any more cable for here. So we're gonna have to go and find some in the house. picking you up. Okay, so we've got a double socket now for the microwave coffee machine. We've got a socket here for the oven / heater when if needed. Light switch which goes up, across and in. So it's all temporary in this side, which is good. So let's go down now and have a look at the consumer unit and see how we're going to deal with that. So what we're going to do is disconnect all this and remove it and see what's behind. See these, this is an old thing, in fact, very old. And they move this screw around in there to give you different power at the phases. And it is actually written on the front, like 20. So each phase has 20 amps. You can have 30, 25, 15 or 10 in the middle, and then at that point, once it reaches that, this button trips. Right, she's out. Lovely. Yeah, and they've actually got a piece of earth tape around it, look. So we'll use that as our earth for now. Right, all that nonsense is gone. So I just used the old wooden mountings that were there for that board to fit in a smaller board. I just made this up with what I had lying around. So you've got an RCD protection, you've got 220 amp breakers and a hot water on off switch, but a timer for the hot water as well. And then we've got the earth here which we need to connect as well. Right, we should be there now. So I've put 2 new tails in, live and neutral from one phase. I've got the earth connected as well to the earth bar. We've got that 5-core cable here, which is for the heater and the kitchen / bathroom sockets and lights. And that comes from this breaker, which also feeds this, which is controlled by the timer. So this is for the hot water. It's a relay, so you can have it off, fully on, so it heats up the water, or auto, which means it'll do it whenever this timer tells it to. So let's turn it on and see what happens. Yep, it's always good. Always good. So it doesn't look like the timer works. Probably the battery's dead inside. Anyway, so we've turned that on now. Let's go upstairs and see what, if anything, is working. Cool. Yep. That's as far as it goes. Hold on to the best. Morning. Finished it all off last night. All works as expected. So now we've got all the temporary connections in. Sockets here. Excuse the mess. I've just literally put the coffee machine and microwave in there and plugged them into the socket there. So everything here works. The water heater works. That's disconnected, so we've got a fan heater now that plugs in there in the morning. And then we've got our double socket light switch, and that goes round off to the light. And then we've got our socket here for a multi-adapter for the computer area. I'm just about to vacuum up, so excuse the mess. That goes around the back, down here, and into that. If you can see, just a socket, and then into that. And then for overnight, I've put a plug on that heater, and I just plug it in there, and that keeps it warm overnight, which is nice. So that's it for upstairs. I'll just take you downstairs now. We'll have a look at the meter area. So all the other cables that have now been disconnected. So the only power in the house goes upstairs. And that's exactly how we want it. So we can walk around the house now, this kind of stuff. Here we go, like this. Or here. And we know it's all dead. So we can get on. The next video will be taking this wall out, taking all this bathroom out, and just opening all this up. That's it for now. Have a look at this next bit, and then I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.